Ready?
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the afternoon session of the Derek's show of the webinar series of the COVID-19 series. We're going to introduce the co-host, my mom, Brenda.
Hello.
And then the guest of honor, Dr. Karen Harvey.
Guest of honor. I'm just like the regular person. I'm not a guest of honor anymore, right? But thank you for saying that. You always make me feel so good, Derek. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, today I want to welcome everyone who's joining us online. Tell us where you're from and tell us if you have any questions or suggestions that we might have.
Yeah. And so what are we going to talk about today?
For those of you who don't know, we have been going through COVID so many times or so many weeks.
Yeah, for quite a while.
Yeah, quite a while. And it's really old COVID right now.
Yeah. But just because it's been around a while doesn't mean we can kind of let up our guard, right?
So we're going to turn over to Dr. Karen Harvey for her talk about COVID.
Oh, thank you. I'm really honored. I just, meeting with you guys is just the highlight of my week. I just want you to know it means so much to me, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you is what I really want to say. Thank you. Thank you both so much. And Derek, you always make me feel so good. You just build me right up every time. It's so nice. So, some interesting developments this week on the national scene. So there was a big event at the White House outside, but people were right next to each other. And as many of you have seen on the news, a number of people got COVID because they weren't wearing masks. They were right next to each other, and there were people who were sick and maybe didn't realize they were sick. And that's what happens. So as we know now, our president has COVID. The First Lady has COVID. A number of people have it. So this is a moment, right? This is a moment in history. And it's a moment to reflect, because we learn all the time, right? And we're not just learning from books. No, we are learning from experience. And the one thing that I wanted to say today is that everybody in our life is a teacher. Everybody teaches you something, but some people teach you what not to do. And some people teach you what you should do. And if you just get really good at watching, right? And I know a lot of you are really good watchers, right? You're good observers. You watch things, you listen to people, you hear things. And the better you are at that, the better you are at learning, because you can see when people are doing something that's a good idea, and then you can follow that. And you can see when people are doing something that's a bad idea. Yeah. Everybody's a teacher, right? Everybody's a teacher, and we learn from everybody. So we learned from this event that it really is important to wear a mask. Yeah. And it really is important, even if you're outside, to stay far away from each other. These things are critically important because this disease is horrible. And even if some people don't get very sick from it, what we're finding now is that sometimes they develop heart problems, that it's a sneaky disease that makes you sick in ways you don't even realize you're sick, and that can, affect you. It can affect you in a long-term way. So I have a friend whose friend we were all very worried about because it looked like she was going to die. She got it, and she has a problem with her lungs. Right. And she said her lungs look like, in an x-ray, they look like broken glass. And it's hard to breathe. But this is after getting over the worst of the disease. So even if some people say, well, I'm strong, I can take COVID, it will keep affecting you in different ways sometimes. Other times, some people seem okay. But there was like a group of athletes that got it and they didn't get that sick with it. But then they saw that they had heart problems. And these are athletes, college athletes. So we don't know, and we don't want to mess around finding out what COVID's going to do to you, right? We can learn from everybody. And what we can learn from that example was, you got to be careful. You can't relax and just say,
Right.
well, because, I didn't get it up till now, that means I'm not going to get it.
Right.
So you talked about wearing a mask. And so Derek and I thought we would demonstrate how you should wear a mask, right?
Inner normal, yep.
Yep. So this is
The good part.
one of the ways, a way that you should wear a mask. Make sure it's covering
Yep.
where?
Around the nose.
Right on the nose and covers your mouth,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So is this an okay way to wear a mask?
No.
No. You should always have your nose covered as well as your mouth,
Yep. Yep.
just like that,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So when we go places, we always have masks with us and extra masks in the car,
In case, yeah.
right? If we have to go to a grocery store,
Or gas station.
yep. We very seldom go to any place, or we haven't gone any place where there are large gatherings. The other thing that we always carry with us is,
Sanitizer.
yep,
Thanks.
we carry kind of these hand
Hand
wipes and stuff so that we can wipe off surfaces, wipe off other things, and keep things clean, or even our hands.
Yeah.
And then
Thieves oil.
we carry, and there are different types
Oh,
of
right.
hand sanitizers that you can use, but we carry this.
I thought that was like, from far away, it looked like, a little thing of bourbon or something.
No.
No. But we have this in a squirt bottle. We squirt our hands, rub them together, and then we feel like our hands are clean, and we've been able to get rid of any germs that we might have picked up either in the store or someplace else.
Or gas stations, yep.
Yep. So always wear a mask, wear it the correct way.
And like what we demonstrated from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Use, carry things with you so that you're always prepared.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
This is not the time. And I think Derek said, we've been dealing with this so long.
And it's old COVID.
Yes, but we cannot let our guard down. And I think the events of this last week, which Dr. Harvey talked about,
Like not too long ago, yep.
yep, are a good example of we cannot let our guard down if we want to get through this pandemic.
Yep. Well,
Anything else from Karen? Can you think of anything else we should share today?
Yeah. Just to keep learning, right?
Yeah.
We're learning from everybody.
yeah.
Yep.
Like
Learn
if you
and
have,
keep learning.
yep. If you have any questions or concern, please comment and tell us where you're from.
Yeah, and then we can always talk about it, or we can answer it in our next session next week.
Yep.
So everybody,
With that, I want to conclude our conversations till next week.
Yep.
and say, be healthy,
Yeah.
stay safe,
Right.
and look out not only for yourself, but for other people and
Exactly.
as well.
Yep.
Bye, everyone.